Welcome back to J and J Monday on a Sunday, the season finale of the show. Josh
Woo!
here, Josh again with our usual hats of glory, and this one we're gonna pretty much talk about the upcoming films that has got the green light films that has actually is going forward with a sequel after more than 20 years, and this is going not just for 2016, but even beyond 2016. There's a lot of stuff going on in the blockbuster world. We also been seeing a change, and we talked about this before, me and you, Josh. But Kung Fu Panda is coming out this month, the third one. That's a film that I'm kind of surprised it was in the dumpster lineup, which is not a garbage movie. It's not a garbage series, but it's coming out in a month where January is not really a month for good films until now. So Kung Fu
Awesome
Panda.
films.
Okay, I remember serving Sarah. So if you haven't know what that is, don't worry, you're not forgetting anything. But this has also been a trend that's
Some
happening.
some movies released in January are actually surprisingly good, but that is not the norm. The Grave with Liam Neeson was awesome.
Hmm.
One of the very few movies that made me cry. I luckily was watching on like DVD or Blu-ray, so near the end I just had to pause and cry for 5 or 10 minutes, finish up, and just be able to get and then continue. And if you don't know, wait till after the credits because there is a scene post credits that when I post online, they're like, "Oh my God, there's a scene after." Yeah,
Well,
that's
like I
very
said,
rare to
this is
happen.
one of the few films I'm actually looking for because it looked like it's gonna be revealed about his father at least in the Kung Fu Panda 3. Again, I'm kind of shocked that this is not a summer movie. I'm even more shocked that this film is coming out in January, but that's neither here or there. We're getting a new Kung Fu Panda film. I'm pretty sure that they are slated for two more, but that's not the only film that's coming out this year. And there is a lot of rumblings of sequels that I thought was dead and buried that is going to come into fruition as the year goes down. Before we get to the movies, let's get to the box office results because I want to get that out the way so that way we can focus in purely on the movie lineup that is scheduled for 2016 all the way to even 2023. So let's not waste no time. Let's get right straight to the box office results. There is not much change in the box office category. If you look at the numbers, we start from number five. Josh, again, did you get the link I gave you?
Yep.
Okay, so number five, um, I believe is Sisters.
Sisters.
Is a film that have the two pretty much the sisters of comedy, um, Tanya Fey and Poisa, I believe her last name is. It made $7 million. It made already $74 million. It's considered a hit. The budget is a $30 million budget. So congratulations to those girls. I'm a little bit mixed on the movie. I'll give my review in the later date on that. It's not terrible, but it's not something I will go back to. It's an acquired taste for me. A film that
I
got
might like look at it later on because I don't usually do comedies, but I do like the two sisters in the movie, so that's enough for me to at least check it out on DVD or Blu-ray.
it's still in theaters, so you may actually get it as a matinee if you want it. I believe this is the new release film, The
The
Forest.
Forest.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's already made its budget and then some. It made $13 million. That's a $10 million budget. You
Yeah.
probably know this more than I do. What is this? A found footage film?
Okay. It stars Natalie Dormer, which of course for me is a reason to see any movie. She's a good actress. For those of you who have watched Game of Thrones, she's on that. So. And she was in the last two Hunger Games movies. Anyways, this I don't know that much about it, but it doesn't from the trailers it doesn't seem to be found footage, but it is about this forest in Japan where people go to commit suicide, and
I
I
never heard about that.
I think it's based on a book. And of course, I hear through either Tumblr or Face. book where people are complaining how the main character was whitewashed. So yeah. So
Well,
it's a real, I guess, a real thing that goes on there, and this is just a
yes, it
horror
is.
movie, possibly based on a book. I'd have to look that up because, as I said, people were complaining about whitewashing, so I'm going to assume there was some other media, and yeah, it really exists where people go to commit suicide, and it's a horror story based on that. And
It's something.
I
It's something.
it was a friend on Facebook. Those who have watched my Jash Against Humanity podcast series, my Cards Against Humanity podcast series, Tyler from there is solid and really enjoyed it. So I'm just like, and then seeing the box office numbers, I want
I
to
mean,
see
it
it.
didn't cost much. It cost $10 million, so they did their job. Hold on for a second.
Daddy's home.
Daddy's home. All right, I'm just getting this. White boy just contacted me. Um,
Hi, white boy. Even though you can't hear me.
I can type in some.
Okay.
All right, so I just type in back. Say it's all good.
Okay. Is he joining? I'm in position.
No, he won't be able to join because he has a very busy schedule. He's been doing a lot of work lately. A lot of work. You got to check out his stuff. He's been really stepping up his game. Um, really, I got to send a link to his stuff because he deserves a lot more audience than what he's getting. But even that, man, great job on him. Um, like I said, Daddy's Home, number three. It was number two last week. Um, and surprisingly enough, this film I think made his money, even though this film did not appeal to me. It looked like any other generic comedy that I've seen over the years.
I have, when I went to see The Force Awakens with Revs,
Mm-hmm.
it's an IMAX, so we were going near the front of the theater afterwards to get a Star Wars poster or two. Because, Star Wars is big, and we were disappointed when instead of the Force Awakens poster, it was Daddy's Home. And so Revs asked, and it seems like they never got a Force Awakens poster, but they sure had Daddy's Home. And that's enough for me to hate the movie. I wanted an IMAX poster.
Well, the film made 15 million. It's a 48% drop in sales, but it made 116 million within the 3 weeks that has been. I believe it's been in theaters 3 weeks. No, it's actually been in theater. No, 3 weeks, and again, it's you got two guys who work together. They obviously got good chemistry. I think this is now their third film they've been together now.
Jockerlee chemistry.
Yes, I mean just because of bad film doesn't mean the guy had chemistry. I mean there are good actors who've been in bad film but worked well together. I can't complain about that. Um, Eddie Murphy, Gene Wilder, and Richard Pryor. They worked in many films, and not all of them were great films, but they had good chemistry together. They know how to work off each other. So this is probably one of the next pairs. Who knows? Like you said, this film doesn't appeal to me too much, but it's making his money, so I can't. They must be doing something
It does
right.
have an audience.
Hmm. Here's a movie that I'm kind of surprised. Was this film out in selected theaters? Because I'm seriously down this last week. It jumped from 23 to number two, and that's The Revenant.
I don't know when it was released, but I do remember seeing trailers, and to me, I was like, okay, this seems like an okay movie. It stars Leonardo DiCaprio and Tom Hardy, and I adore Tom Hardy to death. And so I don't know. I don't know. I guess it more appeals to Oscar audiences. I'm not sure, but it's when I do hear people talking about the movie, they do tend to have positive things to say about it.
Well, it made $38 million. There was 23, if I'm reading this right, last week. It is number two this week, so obviously it had to have a limited release. The budget on this is 135 million. This film has been in the theaters for 3 weeks. I don't know if it's gonna make his money back, but I think this is more towards the attraction of the awards. Like you said, this has been buzzing. I don't think Leonardo DiCaprio's going to win anything. I think he's one of those guys who
Leonardo
he's probably going
DiCaprio
to get.
never wins.
And it probably will be. It'll have to be a film that he has to blow everybody away to say, yeah, you got to give it to him this time. But yeah, that's kind of weird how this guy always been in great films doesn't win one award.
And for those of you who are going, well, there have been other actors, so why just talk about Leonardo DiCaprio? I don't know. It's just fun to talk about.
Well, let's
It's
talk
like an
about.
internet meme because Liam Neeson has never had an Oscar, and he is
Well,
perfection.
Liam Neeson had went from drama to action films, and that's why you're never going to see him win an Oscar, at least until he gets a drama film that blows everybody away. But the film I want to talk about is Star Wars: The Force Awakening. Is on its fourth week, and has still remained number one. It is already surpassed beyond expectation. It made another cool crisp $41.6 million, and his record right now is now, I believe, have surpassed Avatar. Thank God.
Yeah, I don't know why people were talking about, oh, it suppresses Avatar. I don't give a shit.
I do because one,
That
he it took James
movie.
Cameron. Look, it took James Cameron's Titanic to beat Star Wars. Star Wars had the belt for since 1977 all the way up to that Titanic film, and it took James Cameron to beat his own record that with Avatar. And let me get the mix straight right now. I like Avatar. I thought it was a very fun action film, but an award film, you got to be kidding me. Look, I like Star Wars. It ain't Academy Award salary here. But it's a fun, great action film. I just, Avatar to me is the reason why I'm paying $15 to $19 in the box office in the ticket office right now because of them, because that 3D thing they keep doing. Um,
Yeah.
and again, I'm just gonna leave that alone. Other films to have to mention right now, Hateful Eight, which I did see the review. Is pretty much it's been in theaters for 3 weeks now. It's going to make its money back, but it's going to still underperform, in my opinion. I'm not surprised, being that how it was released. You have the Big Short, which is already made its money. It's a hit, 42 million out of a $20 million budget. I'm smiling at Alvin and the Chipmunks, not because I think that's a great movie, but because I'm pretty sure this is going to bomb. This film only made 75 million. You throwing this out on Star Wars, what do you expect is going to happen? Joy, um, it's pretty much a quiet film. I am planning to review that film. It made another. It made total gross 4.5 million. Is already its total gross is 46 million. It's not going to make its money, it's 60 million, so that's not going to make it. One film I will talk about, and this is a film that came and went quickly, and that's Point Break. Point Break.
Oh God.
It made $2.1 million in ninth place. It only been in theaters for 3 weeks. It is nowhere going to make its budget back. It's a $105 million budget. It only made $26 million. We can safely say this has been a complete waste of time. One of the biggest bombs of the year. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. You bomb. Nobody wanted this movie. Nobody wanted this movie.
No, I didn't really know that Point Break was a remake, but Reps and I saw the trailer on TV,
Uh-huh.
and he was just in utter disbelief. It's like that crappy shit's being remade.
Yep. It been made. Don't to the box office. I'm gonna just move away from the box office because now I get a chance to talk about these movies. Where are you going?
I'm just putting back my inhaler where it's supposed to be.
Oh, okay. You just disappeared. All right.
I got the soundtrack to Force Awakens today, so
I'm very happy for you.
yeah. I ordered from Amazon a wall calendar and this.
You couldn't
Oh,
even go to Barnes and Nobles. They had it
what?
right in Barnes and Nobles. You couldn't go to
No,
Barnes and Nobles.
Amazon. Amazon.
Hmm. Okay, let's get straight down to
Amazon
business.
gift cards. So that's why I always order my shit from there.
No crying in this here. Okay, let's get straight down to business. 2016 is here. Movies are coming out. Movies we have heard about. Movies we or can't wait to see. Your Sharknado's being made again. So
Woohoo! The fourth one!
now the question
Woohoo!
is, these are films that I'm looking at. These are films that I'm actually interested in talking about because not all films that I am looking forward to, and some films are shocking that they just can't leave alone. So I'm going to tell you, I'm going to throw out some of the stuff out now. I'm not going to show you the list because I want you to be a little bit surprised. I want to see a reaction. All right, and I'm gonna talk about my feeling, but I want to really hear your feeling on this. All right, I'm gonna start with the Disney lineup because there's gonna be some surprises with the Disney lineup that you may be shocked about, and I'm gonna just go right straight to it about some of the lineup that Disney has. I'm including most of the films that came out in 2015 because they already came out, so there's no point of having talk about these films right up to this lineup, the January lineup that's coming out. They have one film that's coming out. Is I think it's a live action film, The Finest Hour. What's your take on that?
Oh, that's with Chris Hemsworth and about the boat thing,
Hmm.
the storm.
Yes. So
Eh,
that's
I don't really tend to go for based on true events things usually.
no, that
Go to the real world. It's always, you know, I like to escape, so I tend not to go towards those movies. I like Chris Hemsworth's in it. Eh.
well, the poster's already out. So this movie looks interesting. I have no say in what's going on until I see it. I haven't seen a trailer yet, so I can't really honestly say what my general feeling is. But it looks interesting. It looks like they got a good cast, and I'm willing to give it a chance. Um, who knows? It may actually come out to be a surprise hit. One film I'm definitely looking forward to because I saw this trailer and I was laughing at it because they did a great job of showing a scene from the movie, and I hope they didn't play the ace card too quickly. Zootopia.
Oh god, that with the DMV and them all being sloths.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I was watching the Force Awakens for the first time and the trailers were playing, the couple that was beside me was just bursting out laughing during that trailer. They could not get enough of it. Because I think it sort of helps explain the DMV because of course they'd be sloths.
There is another movie that's coming out. Disney has a lot of good lineups coming out. The Jungle Book, which I'm gonna say this: if I hadn't seen the other live action movie, I probably would have been excited for this. Not saying I'm getting all pumped up for this movie. Um, who knows? I mean, I've seen the animated series. I know how dark the book is. I even know how dark the other movie is. So seeing this one, I'm saying, I'm probably Jungle Book out. You may disagree. What's your feeling on this one?
Eh, I was like never really a fan of the Jungle Book before, so there being another version is like okay. And this is one
Uh,
of those movies that if it totally sucks, I'll be just watching angry fans I'll be just going, okay, I have the cookies, I have the sake. Let me just bask in this fan rage. I am prepared.
mhm.
I don't know.
Now
I hope
come.
it does good for, in all seriousness, I do hope that it does good for fans of the Jungle Book.
Well, I hope so too. We have the beginning of the end for this phase of the cinematic universe for Marvel Comics. Captain America: Civil War. I'm going to talk about that a little bit later. I'm not going to dwell on it, so we'll have a discussion about that later during the show.
I need to
But
get some action figure of Tony or Steve and just, if we do a review of Civil War, I'll just have them fighting it out like, eesh. I
I'm
am a
not.
professional here.
I'm not all impressed with it for one reason. But I'll talk about it again later. Here's a movie that I'm actually curious as to how this will turn out because I will be seeing this movie. I know that this film did not The first film did not do many fans justice to the book, only because and I thought the film was good, but the mistake he made was he should have not called it Alice in Wonderland. Alice Through the Looking Glass. He's produced it, and Tim Burton's producing it. I forgot who the director is. It's coming out on the fifth the March 20th, I believe. No, April, January, March, April, May on 27th, 2016. This film was way overdue because they had planned this for a while. They just never got around to it. They have finally got around to it. Most of the same people are coming back for this movie. It does focus on a different concept, and it could have the making of a hit or miss. The good side is there's no Tim Burton's influence in this. The bad side is he's still producing it. So who knows how this film's gonna do? I'm looking forward to seeing this film for one reason. I understood why he did what he did. The only problem is it wasn't an Alice in Wonderland movie. It was a sequel to the Alice in Wonderland movie, and so he should have just called it something else other than just Alice in Wonderland. He should have made it be clear that this is a totally different one.
Give me your money. Damn it! Now I need to write a book that's just called "Give Me Your Money."
So you're not gonna see this film?
Oh, I might see it. I don't know if I'll see it in theaters or on Blu-ray or DVD.
Okay.
I actually enjoyed the first one, so I don't mind seeing the sequel. Did it have its problems? Yeah, but it was still enjoyable. I mean, I like Jupiter Ascending, so that is not a perfect film. Alice in Wonderland was not a perfect film, but they were still enjoyable experiences for me.
All right.
I mean, come on, how can you dislike a movie that has the line, "I like dogs. I've always liked dogs."
Here's a movie that Alex DeGenerate has been fighting for years, and now she got a wish.
9 years. Dory. Something Dory.
Yep. The fish market is going to have fun because a lot of fish going to be back for sale, and this is going to be the movie that does it. I'm not too sure I'm jumping on the bandwagon. Like I said, did I really care about the origin of where she come from? No, I don't think anybody was. The movie was still great. I like the movie. Finding Nemo, but now you're going to Finding Dora. Will it have the same vibe? Is she going to be by herself? Is she's going to have it's going to be a new character that's following her? Who knows? I can't honestly say.
I don't really care about, the origins of Dory, but I'd still like to see another movie with the cast, with Dory and Nemo and Nemo's dad. I just like seeing them on screen again. I just hope that we do get a good film. And if we don't get a good film, at least hopefully we'll get awesome character moments. Because there can be good moments in a horrible film.
Mm-hmm. Well, here's another movie that's being done on the 7th, 7/1/16. I think that's August. The BFG. I have no idea what the hell it is.
Oh my God! You don't know what the BFG is?
Enlighten me, please. Tell me what this is.
Oh, sorry. First, what I want you to do is go to the corner and hang your head in fucking shame.
Look, you want me to? I don't know every film out there. Tell me what this is.
It's the BFG is a book by Roald Dahl, and it's BFG stands for Big Friendly Giant. And I read it. I haven't read it since
wait, hold on. Is that the one? Wait, is that the one where the giants try to eat humans? And one person saw, and one chunk because they like invisible to people.
Yeah, as I said, it's been a long time since I read it, but it still holds a good place in my heart.
What could they call a big friendly giant? I don't know what the BFG is.
Because the human encounters a big friendly giant, one of the giants that are good.
Oh, nice.
Big friendly giant. Why do they call it?
Well, it's gonna be in competition with another dragon. Well, tell me, before I go,
I'm sorry.
No, before I go on, was the book good?
Yes. I mean, I'd have to read again to see what I think about it now that I'm older, but I did enjoy it when I was younger.
Well, you should be happy about one thing then. Steven Spielberg's directing this movie.
Oh, please.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm crossing my fingers, hoping it's good.
Well, Steven Spielberg directing it, so you should have some fun with this movie. Um,
And so I
the
had like a
problem,
little hidden fangirl just hidden away that attacked.
well, here's the funny thing: it's coming. It's going to be in competition with Pete's Dragon on September 12th, 2016.
What dragon?
Now
Oh,
I heard of Pete's
dragon.
Dragon. I think that's a live one because I know they did an animation one. I think it's a hybrid, but I don't know. That's the one I'm not really too looking for. I am going to tell you right now, and I said I'm going to keep the comic book one separate. Doctor Strange. When I saw the picture of Benedict Cumberbatch playing him, I said, "Okay, you got me now. You got Benedict Cumberbatch to play Doctor Strange."
I'll give you take my money. Take it.
We'll talk about that later because I'm going to keep the category separate. There's another movie coming out. Disney has a long lineup in 2016. This is the longest I think they ever had. 2016, Mona, Moana. It's coming
Yeah.
out on the 11th of that year, and you don't have to wait too long to see another Star Wars movie because
Next,
Star Wars anthology Rogue One is going to come out on the 12/16 2016. So your gap between films will be filled with Rogue One until 2017 when Episode 8 is released. So
when
you
Luke
don't have
finally says a line,
what is it?
when Luke finally says a line, because this is what he did in The Force Awakens.
Well,
Deep,
we,
mysterious.
we now know why it wasn't on the poster. That's all we got to say.
Yeah, I like
Um,
that they did. It was just in the opening crawl, you could see clearly why Luke wasn't in any of the promotional material.
yeah. So
So I did like that.
smart move on J.J. Abrams' part. Let's get down to 2017. Some of the movies that has been listed here. Beauty and the Beast. I believe Emma Watson's going to be the Belle in that one. Um, that's going to be out on March 17th, 2017. 2017 also will witness The Ghost in the Shell. That will be released on the 4th, the 14th of April. Guardians of the Galaxy 2 has also been scheduled for 2017 release. You already know about the Star Wars. And guess who's making a return? I'm going to leave this last because I'm stunned they're doing this. But let's talk about the film that got pushed back a year. How do you feel about this another Pirates of the Caribbean movie?
Well, I haven't seen the last one.
That says a lot. Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man Tells No Tales is going to come out on the 7th of, no, I'm sorry, the 7th of July of 2017. Now, this was originally supposed to be released this year. It got pushed back another year. I don't know if it was budget restraints or anything else. It sounded like they really did a lot to push this back because this was supposed to be released this year. So the fact it got pushed back another year um, really got me wondering if about this movie. This franchise already has a slippery some slope downhill. I don't know if this movie. I don't know if he was going to be interested in it because you didn't even see the other one.
No, I'm just okay. Another one's out. Really? Now I have to see the other one. I don't
Now,
know. I'll eventually see the last one, but it's not at the top of my list.
hmm so now I'm going to talk about movies that you probably will be stunned to hear or not too surprised. Um, I hope you realize they already have plans to make a Frozen 2.
Yeah, I know. They had
All
like
right.
a plan for a Frozen 2 for a while.
Do you also know they're going to make Cars 3?
Oh, and I wish I never knew that. Thank you.
Yes, that's
You
coming
take
out.
away all my happiness.
They're targeting 2018, 2019. But guess what film is coming out on the seventh on June 16th, 2017, and this has been confirmed.
What?
Toy Story 4.
I've heard that Toy Story 4 has been in the works. I just don't want to fucking believe it.
I don't want to believe it because I thought
I love Toy Story, but I just think they ended the then trilogy just perfectly.
that's exactly so. Making a fourth one makes no sense to me. I don't know why they want to
Money.
do it. It doesn't make any sense. And you know what's funny though? And I know this is Pixar. Pixar is a different division of Disney. Disney didn't like to release sequels unless it's on DVD or video. They don't really do sequels that much. I mean, they very rarely do it. Now they're doing it more often. So I wonder if they broke that old traditional path. Don't put sequels on theater. Just keep up on DVD because it's cheaper to make like that way. But I just don't. Toy Story 4, and Tom Hanks have hinted this for years that was going to happen. But I just kind of wish he was just joking. Now I see that he's not joking, along with other sequels that is actually just scratching my head. But that's not Disney related. Toy Story 4. Yeah, I'm not filming this. They are trying to get a script from Magnificent 2. Don't know how much more you can say about that film, but
No,
again,
I
this is.
actually did enjoy it.
Uh, I didn't think it was bad either. It's just, uh, I'll tell you, I'm not too interested in it. But Toy Story 4 really got to me. It really, really did get to me. Like, wow, we're gonna go right straight to Toy Story 4. Why? But I gotta tell you, that's just how it is. Um, let's get those straight to the other film that I want to skip over. Let's. We already know about the Star Wars episode 8, so I'm not gonna go too far with the Rogue One. Can't really say much about it because I didn't see a trailer. What I can talk about is the comic book movies here. I'm gonna start with the one that got me pumped up just by the star power alone is Doctor Strange. Um, I was stunned they actually got him. I didn't think they was gonna get Sherlock Holmes to play Doctor Strange. And I'm kind of curious what he brings to the table. He definitely has the voice. He definitely has the look to play Doctor Strange. But I'm more concerned about who's going to be his supporting cast and how they're going to take Doctor Strange and what role would he play in the Infinity Wars because he's going to be in there eventually.
Yeah. Martin Freeman could play his sidekick that hates going places, doesn't know why he continues to be dragged, aka nearly every role Martin Freeman's in.
I'm actually looking forward because they show pictures of him and he looks awesome. He definitely has to look. Uh, so I'm actually looking forward for this Captain America: Civil War. I seen the trailer, love the trailer, but you know what? And the more I think about it, said Civil War. It was a very uh, big moment in comic book history, and for better for worse, it changed a lot of dynamics in the comic universe. And yet here we are, we having this conflict involving the Winter Soldier, and it's basically just it's comprised of a small group of people that's actually in the Avengers. So I'm kind of it was I'm kind of wondering. I understand they didn't have the rights to all the characters, but the fact that they only have this small group of people, from what I've been seeing, in a situation that was more deeper than just one guy, I don't think this can work as well as I think people could. I mean, the people who directed Captain America, Winter Soldier, did a great job. They're on this film. I understand it, but you know what? I think some elements, I wish they wouldn't go on this route, especially since that whole era of Civil War took a whole year to resolve. And even then, it left a little bit of taste on a lot of people's mouth, especially how it affected some of our favorite superheroes. I hope this is good.
I hope it brings me as much pain as, I hear, comic book fans say that the Civil War storyline did to them. I want to walk out broken.
It's a very deep storyline, but here's the thing: is I think the conflict is going to be short lived because everybody's coming back for the Infinity Wars. There's a two-part series to that, so the idea that I'm supposed to be feeling any emotion towards this one movie, I can't really get involved in that. It's just it's to me. It's the only thing is really is just Captain America versus Peter Stark and nobody else. And to me, that's the whole problem. So there was a reason why it was called the Civil War, and I don't get that from this movie. I just don't. And to me, calling it that, I don't think is. To me, I don't think that's the right move, especially those who have followed the Civil War saga all the way to the bitter end, and seeing how it affected Spider-Man, how it affected Captain America, where he lost his life, how it affected the Incredible Hulk to an extent. A lot of comic characters were affected by this, and it really caused a ripple in Marvel Comics. To me, this is just like, it's one half of Avengers versus the other half, nothing else. So yeah, I'm not looking forward to that film as much. I'm looking forward to Doctor Strange. I'm just not. You may disagree. I like to hear what you have to say.
Well, just remember that I am not. I haven't read the comics, so I
So
don't
you have a,
have. I'm going in with what comic book fans have been saying, but I have no nostalgia tied in to the actual comic book storyline. So it's I'm actually really interested in it. I'm the trailers looked good, and hopefully the ideologies that were basically competing. Fucking sorry. Cell phone had a big opinion on Captain America Civil War, so but the ideologies that seem to be talked about in the comics of the registration, no registration things that's talked about, I hope that's delved into in the movie. I'm glad to see Bucky again because in Captain America Winter Soldier, I was just wanting to hug Bucky the entire time and then hug Steve. So I know in the comic, okay, this is spoilers for the comic book storyline, but for not for the movie. At the end, Captain America dies, and I believe, goddamn, Chris Evans, who plays Captain America, has been, I guess, he might leave soon. So it's possible that Captain America may die in this one, and Bucky will take over Captain America, which I know has happened in the comics. I've heard that I think of Mark Ruffalo, the Hulk, will be coming back for this movie. And I love seeing him, Mark Ruffalo, on screen, but at the same time, if it's gonna, leave me broken, the little Hulky will need
I,
a big hug at the end.
if Ruffalo Flo comes back as the Hulk, that's great. I'm still don't know what Spider Man's gonna do in this movie. I have not sensed anything that Spider Man's gonna be in. I got no sense of how he's gonna play a role in this movie. I really don't. And he's supposed to make an appearance. I'm not expecting him to make a major appearance, but I do expect him to make an appearance. I just don't see it with this movie. I really don't.
Oatmeal chocolate chip cookies, homemade. Are you talking? Hmm.
Well, that's not, that's one of the reasons why I'm not uh, too hyped up with Civil War. Because like I said, you're telling me I'm supposed to look at this movie, a situation that had a year's worth of material that you could actually spin off as a TV series just by itself. I'm supposed to take it seriously with just Captain America and one third of the Avengers. I just can't do it. I am happy that Panther.
I am sort of surprised that they didn't save this storyline for another Avengers movie because from what you and other comic book fans have said that this is a major storyline.
It
And it's
is.
sort of odd that it's put off into a Captain America movie.
And the funny thing is that I was not a big fan of Civil War, but it did had an impact. It had a huge impact. So I'm not gonna even pretend it didn't. It had a huge impact. A lot of people were affected by it, and you saw the consequences of it. And yeah, I'm gonna say it. Tony Stark's have a big had something all to do with it. It's partially was his fault, so there's no question about it. But that's not a here or
It
there.
is always Tony's fault.
Um, I didn't talk about this one, Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Again, I have no clue what they're gonna do with this. It's scheduled for a 2017 release on March. I'm sorry, June. I'm sorry again, May. May 5th, 2017. It's scheduled to be released. Again, not really. I can't say anything about it. I don't know what they plan to do. So until I see something from them, I can't really say anything about other than I hope it's good. That's all I gotta say. I hope the movie's good. You may have a bit of an opinion. I'd like to hear what you have to say.
Hang on.
I'm hanging on.
Sorry, I was finishing up being a cookie. That's why I put, that picture up because I do not look good when I eat.
Mhm.
But I am excited for Civil War. I can't wait to see what happens with Bucky because I am really. And my phone really loves Captain America. So shut up, phone. The like it's an Android phone, so the Cortana thing is keeps on popping up. So I am excited. I am excited to see what happens with Bucky at
Uh-huh.
the post credit scenes for Ant-Man. It shows that Falcon is going to contact Ant-Man, so Ant-Man's going to be involved. So that'll be Paul Rudd. So that'll be good.
All right. So those are some of the movies I talked about. Let's get right straight to the other films I haven't talked about. Some films I'm kind of surprised that actually got a release. I'm gonna look at this one. Some. I seen parts of the movie. I gotta watch it again to give it a fair review on it. I've seen part of it, but we had to go somewhere, so we didn't finish the whole thing. You heard of the Nut Job, right?
So what?
The Nut Job.
I've never seen it.
All right. Well, there's a sequel coming out. The Nut Job. No nuts, no glory. That's the sequel to the movie.
I have no nuts and I have no glory.
It got your
Hey,
it got your favorite crush though.
what crush?
Liam Nielsen's in this movie.
Okay, that's enough of a reason. I have like a list of crushes. The number one crush is Liam Neeson, though.
And then he's in this movie along with Catherine Hango. Gabrielle is Selena, I believe her name is. Brendan Fraser and Will Arnett. That film is going to be out this July. We already seen posters for Ride Along 2. A film that everybody hated before they even see the movie. Oh my god, this is going to be interesting. I got to see it just for the fun of it.
Ride Along was I've seen parts of Ride Along and it was decent. Again, I'm not a good judge of comedies because I don't tend to go towards them. It was decent, but I don't understand the point of a sequel. And then naming it Ride Along 2 when it's no longer Ride Along.
Well,
Like,
it is what it is. But will you see Gods of Egypt?
it seems interesting. Mind you, interesting is not the same as good.
Many people are upset with this movie. Said there's too many whitewashing in this movie.
Yeah, there is too much, I admit. But I think more people will probably be complaining about the storyline or lack thereof.
hmm
Because it's like another cliche storyline with decent graphics. So.
We got Ben Hur coming out. Actually, I'm actually surprised they actually made a remake of this. But Ben Hur is
Ben
scheduled to come
Hur?
out. Yep, it's due to come out.
Why?
Hey,
Why? Well, let me ask again. Why?
I don't know. I mean, I was
Why?
surprised they made a sequel. Maybe people like biblical time movies. What can I tell you? The original wasn't bad. It was actually pretty good. I enjoyed it. Doesn't
It
mean
was
this one's gonna be good, but hey, the other movie I'm actually am looking for it. Home for the Particular Children.
for the what?
PE. This is actually I seen the book. I actually was meant to read the book. Um, Miss. I'm gonna spell her name. Peregriне. Home of the Pecul children.
Peculiar.
Yes. You never heard that book?
Nope.
Okay, we're moving on. We're moving on. We ain't even gonna talk about it because it'd be a waste of time. Warcraft. I've seen the trailer.
Oh
I actually
yeah,
like what I like what they're going with. I played the game. It's on my PC. The orcs and the humans. It does look interesting. Um,
my
I,
friend Crazy. I believe she
mhm,
was on an episode of Jash Against Humanity on my YouTube channel, Jash Talks, and she's a big World of Warcraft fan,
mhm.
like her and her boyfriend. So it's when I want an opinion of the movie, I'll probably go to them.
Hmm.
But the trailer does look interesting.
Very interesting. I'm a little concerned about certain things, but I'll talk about it in my trailer grade. Um, the one film, your series, and I'm gonna be very straightforward here. I don't know if they broke this up into two parts. From
What?
what
Oh, the Allegiant.
yes, Divergent.
Oh yeah, they did break it up into two parts. It was originally supposed to be called Allegiant Part One and Allegiant Part Two, but now they've just, they don't have the Part One and Part Two. It's just I forget the name of the second part now.
Yeah, because I didn't see part one in the trailer. I noticed right here on what I'm looking at, and I'm like, okay, I don't remember it on the trailer, so I don't know that that was originally intended to be a two-parter, and then it said, you know what, forget about the two-part, we're gonna end it now.
It's still a two-parter, but the two parts are named something different things.
Well, wish them luck with that. We have
Well,
Beverly Hills.
they're already in the fucking toilet. I don't care
Uh,
about seeing this Allegiant because they totally screwed over the Divergent series with the last movie, Insurgent. So basically, when you're watching the Allegiant trailer, that's not from the book. It's like, they're like, what book series? Me! I mean, I saw Insurgent in theaters just because I was like, okay, I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt, but within like a minute or two of viewing the actual movie, I was like, yeah, this is going to suck.
you're judging too quickly.
Oh, I didn't judge too quickly because I watched the rest of the movie too. I judged throughout going, I'll give it the benefit, I'll still see if there's good things or not. But it was an insurgent.
Well, you're really not gonna like this movie, then, obviously.
I'll probably check it out on Blu-ray or DVD, but there's a very, very small chance that I might see it in theaters.
I'm just surprised they actually made a sequel because it didn't. The first one didn't do well at all. How did this film got a sequel?
I don't know. I mean, if Divergent didn't get a sequel, if Divergent did get a sequel, we could at least pretend that the sequel would have been awesome.
Oh my goodness! I mean, there are better films that don't get sequels than this. Beverly Hills Cop 4. I don't know if you've seen the other Beverly Hills Cop movies.
Nope, I haven't.
This is the first Beverly Hills Cop in over, I think, oh my god, 20 years. He actually wanted to do one for a while. He actually was doing a pilot for a TV show with different casts. Now he looks like he's making a return to the big screen. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Eddie Murphy has been out of tune for a while. I don't know what to tell you. uh, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. But it is what it is. Hopefully, for me, I hope it does okay. That's all I can say. That's all I can say. I don't know what to say about this one. Um, I think they should just leave it alone. Here's a movie that you have to have a preschooler to watch. I know about this dog. I think anyone who was in preschool heard about this dog. You heard of Clifford?
Yeah.
Clifford, the big red dog, will have an April release. It's 2016. No comment, huh?
What to expect from it?
I don't know. I didn't be honest with you. It's a preschool movie. Uh, the Best Man's Wedding. Don't know if you're interested in that. I've seen The Best Man. The
No.
Henchman makes a return. Minus, I have seen the poster. It's minus Christian Stewart.
Oh,
I think it's
the Huntsman.
yeah,
Huntsman.
my mistake. I keep
It's
calling
okay. I'm
it.
here to translate.
We already know about X Men Apocalypse, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2. Here's a
What
movie that,
else?
huh?
What did you say after Apocalypse?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2.
Uh,
Here's a movie that I'm actually, I don't know, I heard about this, and I'm like still baffled as this movie actually made, it's actually going to be in theaters. I gotta believe that it's going to be in selected theaters. I cannot sit here with a straight face and say this movie is going to be in my theaters. You ever heard of Sausage Party?
each of my podcasts is a sausage fest.
This movie is written by Seth Rogen. Yeah, you don't have nothing to say.
I don't
We're
know
moving
about it.
on. Trust me, I don't want to know about it. So just the poster itself looks ridiculous. The Conjuring 2. The Conjuring, sorry.
The conquering of movie theaters
Yeah.
everywhere.
So The Conjuring is coming in. There is talk about Uncharted, which has been dormant for months. Here's a movie I'm actually wanting to see because the second one surprised me because it's like it was darker and it was less comedy than I think everybody was expecting. How to Train Your Dragon 3.
Woo!
I expect you saw that movie.
Mhm. I like the series.
That was the second one surprised me. I was like, wow, they really stepped it up here. So see how that do how they. I don't know how you can. I don't know why they keep playing How You Train Your Dragon. The dragon's been trained already. How much more can you teach him? A reboot
In the
has.
house again.
Mhm. A reboot has finally been realized. We're getting a Mummy movie. I guess you didn't like the first three movies of the Mummy.
Oh, I like the mummies. Hang on.
This
Sorry,
is the
something
movie.
was in my teeth there. I like the first two. I have only seen parts of the third one on TV.
I can't. I can't stand the third one. I despise the third one. The third one had nothing to offer. The Mummy, Curse of the Dragon 2. What we're gonna call these days. The Dragon Emperor. More like you should never have made this movie. Here's the movie. I don't get. Do you have this on your app on any of your computer or phone? Yes
What?
or no? Angry Birds.
No?
Why is this being made a movie?
Potheads got power in Hollywood.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, my fiance used to be really big on playing Angry Birds, and I gave him a few plushies of
Mhm.
it, but I never really played it myself, partially because I'm not really too into puzzle games.
Well, we're gonna get a movie,
Yeah,
and we're gonna get.
I actually knew about this movie
Oh God, I don't.
years, years ago, like a year or so ago at least. But I kept on hoping, no, it's not going to happen. Something's going to happen to stop it. And once I saw the trailer for it, I'm like, fuck.
Oh god, I just don't get it. And why are we getting another Tarzan? Don't we have enough of Tarzan? Well, I can't even talk about Tarzan. I've seen too many Tarzan movies. I don't need this one. Um, let's talk about Independence Day. Resurgent is coming out in theaters next later on this year. And I got news for you. According to some reports, and it's actually I'm looking at the poster. It makes sense. I don't know if is Resurgent is a two-part movie.
I just heard about it. It's a sequel to Independence Day. I haven't heard anything about it being a two-parter.
And the reason why is there's actually been a teaser poster about the original title, which I have checked it out. Independence Day Forever, which makes no sense. I'm glad they changed the title. I'm glad they changed the title. That's all I gotta say, because that don't make no sense whatsoever. But this is Hollywood we're talking about. I am looking forward to this movie because guess what? Jason Bourne is back where he belongs in the Board Betrayal. So you're gonna have Renner, the guy who replaced him, and Jason Bourne in the same movie. So I'm actually looking forward to seeing these two characters get together and just beat the hell out of their enemies in beautiful fashion. Okay, and I'm still don't know why this franchise is still going alive.
So
This
what?
franchise, I still don't know why this franchise is still alive. It has been confirmed. There's been a trailer. Ice Age 5. Nothing, huh?
I don't know
Nothing.
what to say. What do you want me to say to this? Hey, let me throw all these movies at Jash to see how she reacts. Even though and I'll keep on expecting a different reaction when all these movies should have never been made.
Yes, you're right. But I am looking for the Board Betrayal. The books is good though.
Trails, yeah, great. Hawkeye and Matt Damon.
Hmm.
Yeah, I can get on that bandwagon.
All right. Now, it's been an unofficial title out there. I don't know if this is the official release date or not. Um, but there's been an unofficial title called "The War of the Planets of the Apes." Like I always thought there was that war, but now I guess this is now officially war. So I am kind of curious about how that one is because I think the storyline with Caesar and the apes and the humans has gotten very very interesting. Especially with the sequel that they made, I thought it was a good sequel. Not as better as the first one, but still very good nonetheless. You're looking for Caesar to make it to return to the big screen, or you had enough of the Planet of the
I
Apes?
I like I've liked the Planet of the Apes movies, so seeing another one is I like it. Andy Serkis returning.
All right,
I
so
was
let's.
never really a huge fan. I never really watched the originals, but I do like keeping up with the current ones.
There's a couple of other movies we should talk about. The Smurfs 3. It's
No,
supposedly
we
supposed
don't
to
need to
come.
talk about that. We'll pretend that shit doesn't get us another sequel.
So you're not gonna see Lego Ninjas,
Lego Ninjas?
Ninja Go, or whatever you want to call it these days. The next Lego movie coming out.
Oh well, if it has the cast from the original Lego movie,
I
I'll
don't see
check it.
Batman.
What?
I don't see Batman.
Oh. Maybe he just got so emo he's just sitting in his room.
We also got a movie called Monster High and
No,
Monster Call, which looks like it's based on a book, but I'm actually looking forward to seeing that one. Trolls. We also have Skull Island.
Soul Island.
Mhm. Now this film has been off and off again, so I don't want to confirm that this is actually still going on, because it has been an asterisk next to it. There is report that the Sinister Six is supposed to come out um, in November of this year, but I don't know if that's the case. So I will get back on that one. We already know this is coming out because we seen the trailer. I'm pretty sure you had the trailer. The Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what happens. I mean, I'm not going full fangirl for this one. I'm just not sure what to expect from it. I mean, I
Mm,
do hope it'll at least be good, but I'm not, you know, going to totally say this is going to be the best movie ever. I still have a
Disney's
slight reservations about it.
Disney's Giants. That's also coming out. We'll move right along. All right, when they're passing into rumors, Rumorville. So let's just go to Rumorville's right here. List of movies and movies that are in production or trying to get in production. We already know that Avatar 2 is in production.
Finally.
So that's actually been happening. Don't know if any major change is going to happen. Inferno, a Dean Brown novel that's actually going to be made into a movie. They're hoping to get that done in the works. Um, a possibility of another rebooted Friday the 13th. Why are we rebooting this series? I do not
I mean,
know.
the thing is, I loved the Haley or hang on, going to get the name. Going, no, I'm probably not going. Jackie Early Haley, who plays Rorschach in Watchmen, and also played Freddy. No, that's Friday Night. Sorry, I'm getting my slasher movies mixed
Yeah,
up.
I'm wondering why are you bringing him over? He didn't play Jason at all.
I'm sorry. I'm just like totally sorry. I'm just like remake, and I am fucking. And it started with an F,
Mhm.
but Friday the 13th, they are going to remake it again.
That's what they're trying to do.
Well, let me just give a suggestion. Since all the Friday the 13th fans know the twist of the original movie, make another sort of twist like that. Don't make it just another Jason kills everyone movie. Give it a reason for it to be called a reboot instead of just another Friday the 13th movie.
Well, what can I tell you? Now let's get on to the show. But they are looking for that rumor that is actually being talked about. Of course, we have Assassin's Creed that's rumored. By the way, Friday 13th, I'm gonna keep that as a rumor for one reason because they've been talking about it and they have been shelving it, so they don't know what they want to do with it. Assassin's Creed has been talked about and then shelved and talked about again, but it's still alive and still kicking. There's Captain. I seriously doubt this is gonna be made into a movie. I didn't even understand the concept when I was a kid. Captain Underpants. Yeah, see that silence is perfect. That's
I
perfect.
just why?
That's perfect because I'm trying to figure it out.
I've never really read the books, but I walked by bookshelves and I've seen them before. But why? How about this? As long as we're going down fucking nostalgia lane, make a good Animorphs movie or TV show. As long as we're going along this, going everything from the fucking 90s. What about Animorphs, man? Give a good fucking Animorphs movie. We deserve. God damn it.
You're really upset. Don't be upset.
No,
Don't be
they're
upset.
like going through all the things from my childhood, but it's like Animorphs. Woo!
We already know about the Deadpool movie that's coming out. There, we got the posters out. Despicable Me 3 got the green light. That went from rumor to now been confirmed. Along with a franchise that they, for some reason, they don't want to leave alone. I don't want to see another Shrek movie. I'm sorry. I love you, Mike Myers, but
Movie?
Shrek.
I mean, some of them were enjoyable, but the
They ended it
I
before.
the movie before the last one I didn't see, and I've heard from others that that's a good thing. But the last Shrek movie was like, eh. It's like you don't need to continue on anymore.
All right, so here's another rumor. A rumor that they want to do a remake of How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Don't know why. Freddyland, and I've never heard of this. I never heard of this story.
What
It's from
story?
Robert Ross. Freddyland. Fredland, I believe. Ferdinand.
I don't know.
Have you heard of it?
No.
I'm gonna say it again. Fred Allen. It's a book. I believe it's by a Russian author by Morano Luff. I heard of Robert Lawson, so I know who that person is. The story of Fenland. I don't know, man. It's a book. It's rumored to come out. Um, this is not a rumor. It records we know Ghostbusters 3 is already in the works. Actually, they're done. They're just doing the final scene. We should be seeing a trailer within the next 2 months, I believe, no later than March. There is still hope for Green Lantern, minus Reynolds, of course. Um,
Reynolds, I think Reynolds did a decent job in the role, and that I'm one of the few that like Green Lantern. Could have been improved, sure. I know Revs complained about Green Lantern not really using the ring's power that much, so
well,
things can be improved, but hey, as long as we get Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool, I'm not going to complain too much.
I don't know if you ever seen this horror film, Jeepers Creepers horror film. So I know you have mentioned
I've
them.
seen them edited for TV, if that counts.
Okay, well you've seen it. Jeepers Creepers 3 is it's been back and forth of late. It looks like that has been green lighted, but I have to wait and see. It looks like it's gonna. From the looks of it, it may just go right straight to on demand. Um, it really does depend. Madagascar 4.
What's Cuff for?
Madagascar,
Oh, Madagascar. I thought you said Stafska. I was like, what?
which I didn't know there was actually 3 movies. Was it 3 movies?
Yeah, Madagascar has had 3 movies plus the Penguins spinoff.
What was the third one? I don't
Um,
remember the third one.
it was with the circus where they run away and they run into and get involved with the circus. Afro
I seen the
Circus.
first one.
I haven't seen
All
the
right.
second one, but I've seen the first, third, and Madagascar Penguins.
Mhm. All right. Here's the other lineup that's actually has um is in development in terms of script writing. Pacific Rim 2
Is it finally going to get made?
is on script writing, so it may get made, it may not get it. There's no release date. Poots and Boots, 9 Lives and 40 Thieves. Antonio Banderas is set to reprise that role. Rush Hour 4, which has been rumored. I don't know why Jackie Chan wants to do another one of these movies. Something that's been talked about but hasn't been confirmed: Sherlock Holmes 3 with Jude Law and Robert Downey Jr.
Oh God, I would
It's,
love a third one being fucking made. I just it ended, and I would think I can't wait for the third one. Oh yeah, not that one's not going up.
there is been confirmed because I actually have been reading on this. I've been keeping tabs on it, but they are trying to get Bad Boys 3 and 4 up on the ground, and they may do it without the assistance of Will Smith and Martin Lawrence. You won't care, so that's why you've
Say
been
that
silent.
again. Say that again.
Bad Boys 3 and 4. They want to do two more Bad Boys, and they may do it without Martin Lawrence and Will Smith.
I don't care about the series, so
You may care about this one. Now the only reason why we haven't seen a sequel sooner is because Walden Media lost the rights to the movie. However, they're still trying to work something out where they can make another Chronicles of Narnia movie. Now, originally it was going to be the nephew's magician. They're now talking about making it as the silver chair. Now, I'm correct. The silver chair takes place during the golden age where the kids were like kings and queens of Narnia.
Yeah.
Am I correct?
Mhm.
So that's gonna be very interesting to see how that works because if you if you if you know my feeling, well, I think it was one of the surprisingly um, best franchise movies that came out that Disney made, and it's kind of shame that they didn't make any more due to the fact that they lost the rights to it.
I, I don't really like the Chronicles of Narnia books, but the Disney versions I do enjoy because they. The problem with I had mainly with the books was that there was really no conflict. There was no sense of are things going to work out or not. In the movie Disney's versions, at least there's at least this little bit of conflict, this little bit of doubt. Because one thing
Yes.
I hate when reading or watching something is when I go, oh yeah, I totally know what's going to happen. Which was one reason I didn't really like Brave. Because it was just, even for a kid's movie, it was too predictable.
Well, here's a movie that you may actually enjoy, The Coons too.
I've never seen the first one.
Well, you definitely seen this one. And by the way, before I go on, yeah, they actually they saying that Allegiant Part Two is in development, which to me I don't know if that's still true because, like I said, when I saw the
Elysium?
trailer, huh?
What did you say, Elysium?
Allegiant,
Allegiant.
because I've heard, yeah,
Yeah.
Part Two, which I don't know. I don't know if that's still. I don't know if that's still a thing. I think that's just Part One. I just like.
No,
I
no,
probably
there's
didn't think.
going to be a part two. I've sadly
Hold
been able to keep up partially with the news
on.
as I bang my
Jeez,
head into the wall.
somebody end this already. A lot of Disney fans are gonna be happy about this movie because they finally are working on a script for it, and people were wondering if they ever gonna get the thing done. Um, the Incredibles Part Two.
So is this real or is this a rumor? You
It's
can't.
been confirmed.
It's
It's been
confirmed.
confirmed. Yep. People wanted. I mean, people literally wanted to see a sequel to this movie. They really did. And you know what's funny? People say that's the true Fantastic Four film. That's the real Fantastic Four. It's kind of sad that Disney's version of Fantastic Four is 10 times better than all the Fantastic Four that came out combined. That says a lot. That really does says a lot. I'm just saying, you're doing something wrong when that happens. The Lego Movie 2 is in development. We don't know if and when it's going to come out. That is something that they are trying to do. We already know about Thor. They maybe a possibility that they may see a World War Z 2
Oh
and
God. Okay. I
and
am out. Fuck you.
and Zombieland 2. Maybe. Maybe. There's no guarantee. Just a maybe. There's also a development. You're really gonna like this. Have you seen Gremlins?
Parts
Well, any one of them, one or two.
one. I've only seen the first parts of the first one.
Hmm. You didn't see the second one.
No, I wasn't
There's,
a big really movie watcher when I was younger.
well, this may be your first full experience because they're actually working on a script for a third one, along with the Goonies, which everybody was talking about for years, and now it may finally happen because they actually confirmed that they're working on a script for it. I do not want to see 30-year-old children going on adventures. Just reboot the series. Please do me that favor and reboot the series. I don't mind you doing that. In fact, it should have been done years ago. See how silent she gets when she like stunned. And put on my. I want to see your face. Put it
I'm
on.
not stunned. I've never seen the Goonies. I don't care.
But nevertheless, these are the things that are the development. And for you guys who are Star Wars fans, yes, they're still trying to get a Han Solo off the ground, do something with the bounty hunters. Yes, they still want to work on something with Yoda. Will
I
it
would
all come to
love
fruition? I don't
the
know.
anthology movies going with IG-88.
With Disney right now, they gonna do whatever they can to make Star Wars work for them. They already proven that there's still a fanfare for it, and it's just a matter of time to see how far they're gonna go with it. I'm not buying that episode eight, seven, eight, nine. Episode 9 is gonna be the last one. I don't. You got a franchise, you're gonna milk it for its worth. That's the next James Bond for space. So I see this thing going on for quite some time. With that being said, those are just some of the small fractions that I have talked about in this lineup. I haven't even touched on some of the other stuff that Disney wants to work on. Disney has a lot of stuff they want to have planned. They want to really expand their library to live action. They want to really go forward towards making sequels. Um, Cars 3, especially, I don't know why, but they really wanted to expand a lot of stuff that's going on. So Disney alone, with their properties, they want to explore with that. You're seeing a lot of films that's coming out. The Fifth Wave is coming out. Those who are fans of that novel, they can't wait to see that.
Well,
Um,
I well, I've got it. The girl from Hitman, or whatever the Kick Ass.
yeah, I'm gonna say
She's,
Hitman.
yeah, sorry, I'm like trying to rush to think of a title. I mean, I confused Nightmare on Elm Street and Friday the 13th. This should not have surprised you. Chloe Grace Moretz is going to be in the Fifth Wave, so I know I can easily pull Revs to see it with me.
Yeah, I have a
We
problem with.
both do admire Moretz's work that she's done in the past. He's seen more of her things than I have, but from what I've seen, and plus it's an alien invasion movie, so it's like now if there's Animorphs reboot and she's able to play the role of Rachel, she is my dream cast for Rachel because she can go between girly, innocent, sweet, and kick ass. And someone who plays the role of Rachel really needs to be able to do those two switches.
Well, I have a problem with the trailer. I will talk about that in my
Yeah,
rating the trailer.
yeah.
I'm
I've
not a
never
big.
read the
I'm
book,
not a very.
but
Book
the
good? Is the book good? I know the book.
what?
I know it's based on a novel. Is the
Yeah,
book
it is
good?
young adult. It's one of the many. Hey, since making young adult novels and series into movies is making us money, we're going to do a shitload of those. So
Yeah, but to me, they felt. I see Invasion of the Body Snatchers all over again with this movie. I see Wars of the
good.
World all over again with this movie.
Yeah,
It's not really showing me anything new.
the thing with me, you don't need to be fully original. You can take ties from different things, but as long as you make it your own, as long as you solidify your story as its own thing, then it's okay. But if it's just going to copy without any sense of its own self, that's the difference. I mean,
Well,
Stephanie Meyer tried with the host. I have not seen the movie. I have suffered enough with the book, though I may review the movie in some point in the future because, long story short, that book got me so mad I started reviewing. But in that book, Stephanie Meyer tried to do the alien invasion thing after it's already happened, and she just did not approach it the right way at all. So,
it's a funny thing about it is
like
that that was the
the
that was the most
story
grown
for
up
the
thing she's done.
host. What?
That was the most grown up book she ever done.
That was then changed to young adult later, I think, because it was not adult really. It was just Twilight with aliens. And I actually have a guilty pleasure in my heart for the Twilight novels.
Hmm.
But this was worse than Twilight because at least Twilight was funny. This one's just like I was expecting Twilight humor. So I thought I knew what I was getting into, but that she did not approach it well because she seemed to want to have a peaceful alien, a pacifistic alien race that conquered planets. You need to sort of, if you're making some alien invasion book, you sort of need to really, decide what you're going to do. And if you want to have shades of gray, you're really going to have to do something to work, not just say, we're pacifists and we commit genocide. And it's
Well,
okay because the majority of us just want to be pacifistic, and the people who do go about enforcing the rules to the aliens we conquer, they're looked down upon in our society, even though all of us commit genocide.
well, you know
I'm
what?
sorry that because sorry, I started and I could not stop myself.
I know, I'm loving this because it tells me you're not going to watch the series called Renesmee so anytime soon.
Renesmee? Oh yeah. Oh god, the Twilight TV series is coming to fruition.
I haven't heard much about it, but I know they're trying to do it. I don't know if that's going to work.
I don't know. I might.
But honestly, would that
The
shock
thing
you?
I don't
Because it's
mind
soap opera
Twilight.
anyway.
What?
Would that surprise you? I mean, Twilight is a teen soap opera anyway.
At least it's getting to be where it should be on TV.
I'm just kind of curious though, because I actually been following this. Are you upset that they changed Hermione's race for the Broadway
What?
show? Did you heard about
To
that?
black?
Yep,
Or I've never heard about it, but did they change it to black?
yep.
I
Good
don't.
actress too.
I don't care. I don't care if they want to do that. That's a okay. The horrible Harry Potter fanfic, My Immortal, for the web series they did of that, they changed her to black, so I'm actually used to Black Hermione. So it's like not a real big shock to me. I've seen that before. I don't give a
No,
shit. And even if it was my first time, I'm like,
Emma Watson gave her
the
blessing.
day we can stop freaking out if they're about race spending, it'll be one of the greatest days.
Well, that's gonna be interesting. So that's it. We've done our job. We finally had a season finale that we can be happy about. Um,
I'm not happy
and it's
about
gonna be happy about what?
the season
Go
finale.
ahead. Oh, don't worry. We'll be back in April.
Damn it!
Which reminds me, we will not be on this channel anymore. We will be on a different channel called I almost say JJ J77's Mirrorstein Publishing. That's where the channel. That's where it's going to be. It's a necessary move. And after almost let me tell you, our Star Wars review, our spoiler talk got flagged.
What
Yeah, it was hilarious.
the
We didn't.
fuck?
It wasn't from 20th Century Fox. It was some music company that said we was using their music. I'm like, we don't use music on our segment. Did you use music in your segment?
No.
I didn't use music. I mean, I'm in the cafe, but there's no way you can actually identify what I got in my thing. I don't. If that is, you got to distinguish between background noise versus my computer. What's actually on my computer. So I typed into them. I said, look, there's nothing here that warrants this copyright. What are you talking about? There's no music here. It's just me and my partner talking. What are you talking about? So, but that's not actually the reason why I'm moving the channel. The thing is just that it's time for me to move it to a more different format. It's a podcast. It's original content we're doing. It's us talking in a podcast. It needs to be moved to a different channel, and I'm going to start putting stuff on that channel this month. starting with some of my my plays. I'm actually taking a page from you. I may actually do a actual read and review. Just talking about some of the themes and from each chapter, starting with the Harry Potter books. So it's gonna
Oh
be.
God, I'm going to be changing my how much I practice because I usually just do 1 or 2 nights of practice. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to wait till tonight. I'm going to practice. Then Monday I'm going to practice, and then I'm going to finish up chapter 1.
Mhm. So it's gonna be fun. I'm enjoying this new channel. So I'm still keeping this channel active. It's gonna be basically movie reviews and entertainment roundup and other stuff. But there are gonna be two shows moving over. Comic Book 360 is gonna move over to that channel, um, along with reading and review because that's more appropriate for that channel. And then I'm gonna have a new contact. I'm actually gonna do a dramatic play, which I have to talk to you about because I want you to be a part of it if you're interested.
I'm that's interested.
Hmm? Yeah, so I'm
I'm
working
interested.
on that. Great, because I will, and we'll talk about it off the air because it's something that I really need your help on. I think you'd be great for this. All right. But yeah, the J and J Mondays. This is the last episode, at least for this channel. We will return on a different channel on. Let me get the date right because I know you need to have the date because you need to know when we're gonna come back because
Okay,
knowing
you can
you.
text me it so I can then. Uh,
No, no, I'm gonna tell you right now because I can't. For like for me, my memory is gone when it comes
okay,
to dates.
I'm getting on Facebook so I can text my co-host. Hang on, just a few seconds as I figure computers out. Okay.
We will be back on the air on the 24th of April.
Okay.
Now, in case anything goes wrong, because when is Easter? If it falls on the
Whenever
April.
whenever the Easter Bunny decides to get off
Oh,
his lazy white ass.
I know you. I know you with holidays. You don't do podcasts on holidays. So that's why I'm trying not. I want to make sure we don't bump into Easter Day because one, I'm not doing nothing on the
Oh,
13th.
March 27th.
Okay, we're good. So April 24th is the scheduled return date, and we'll be on Marathon Publishing podcast. And there's going to be a few changes, but I'm going to talk to you about that as we go along, so that way be no confusion on that because I want to keep focus on one particular agenda and talk about that. But that's the deal. We're moving the channel. We're moving the show to that one. We will have it back on the air, but it'll be on a different channel. You will see a thumbnail that Josh herself made. I will also have a thumbnail as well, identifying the channel as well as what Joskin does and what I does. Thumbnails are very, very good. I'm saving it for season 2, so that will be pretty much it from there. Doesn't mean we ain't doing anything. I got a lot of work to be doing. I got a lot of stuff I got to catch up on, especially with the movie part of that situation. So I am doing movie reviews. I just released it, Chirac, a movie that I saw as an independent film. There's actually a work in progress script that I'm actually working. Keep in mind, I'm not a script writer. I'm a storyteller, so this is a new element for me. So there's a lot of stuff going on right now that I'm doing. Um, Mind you, it's going to take a little while to get out because one, I don't have the budget like some of the other guys I know, and two, it takes me. I'm really trying to work on scripted writing. So scripted writing is a little bit different than just me going on a whim and talking because it's a story, it's a very original context. So that's what I'm doing right now, as well as other projects that I'm working on as much time as I can get. So I'm still active, I'm still good, and News Time Publishing should be ready to go before the end of the month. So that's all I got to say about my side in terms of my promotion. Jocelyn, you got a lot of stuff you doing. Go ahead
No,
and
I
start.
never do anything. Well, I have a free day. I somehow managed to get work done. Okay, as I've mentioned, the next part of my Mockingjay dramatic readings will be hopefully Tuesday and Wednesday. I say hopefully because I'm not sure if when I name the next part 2, if it will get flagged or not. So that'll be an adventure. I'm pretty sure after part two, I'll really have nothing to worry about.
Hmm.
Hopefully, crossing fingers. The latest part of my Amor's reread is done, so I'll be working on the next chapter of The Dawning next week. Those of you who I've talked to, which is probably no one who's listening here, will know that to help with gift giving, I'm going to just write one short ebook, maybe around 3,000 words, and just give it to everyone who's interested in the content I produce, only family and friends. Uh, and it'll be featuring penguins. The people who are my patrons are family and friends will be able to get the book for free no matter when. People who've subscribed to my Patreon, I'm Joshikins on Patreon, will get of course the book for free during the week of its initial release, just like every other ebook I do. Um, let's see. Let's and I later tonight on my channel Jash Talks, I'm sort of debating whether to do the next episode of my Flight Rising podcast, uh, All Hail the Shadowbinder, or finally do another Cards Against Humanity episode, because I haven't done one of those in forever.
I
So
see.
hopefully we be getting enough to do Cards Against Humanity. So hopefully that works out.
All right, so there you have it. She's going to be very busy. And like I said, check out my homegirl at her channels. Support her as much as you can. And that's pretty much it. The season's
My
over, but
main channel is Jashikins.
hmm
My dramatic reading channel is Jash Reads, and my podcasting channel is Jash Talks.
hmm and I'm J77 with two channels. One channel that I'm working back on, another channel that I'm also coming up. And as far as this podcast is concerned, this is it. That's all we have to show until April of this year. Guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the first season. It has been definitely been a working experiment for us. There's a lot of stuff that we are, and I'm very proud of. A lot of stuff we also need to improve, and hopefully that will happen when season two gets on the air this coming April. But until next time, gentlemen. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for caring. Until sometime in the next few months, it's J77 saying take care, be safe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye bye. Say
May the
bye,
force
Josh.
be with you.